the word of the day. Remember, I'll read it once and once only. So you have to have it committed to memory. So you know to make sure you get the word of the day in. The word of the day is console, comfort, soothe, to soothe one in distress. The speaker who fails to use the word of the day may need a friend to console him or her. Console, comfort, smooth ones in distress. The speaker who fails to use the word of the day may need a friend to console him or her. And Nathan's son, tell us a little bit about your career as a window washer. Tell us a little bit about your career as a window washer, Nathan's son.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. My fellow Toastmasters, I would have to say that being a window washer has been one of the most rewarding careers in my life. Now, you might wonder exactly why that would be so. I mean, after all, you just wash windows, right? I mean, what could possibly be rewarding about that? And I would have to answer that because when you are washing windows, it also offers you the unique opportunity to meet bystanders who are waiting around, and maybe some people you might need to go over and console every once in a while. You see, sometimes there are some sad people just walking around large buildings that I have to wash the windows for. And sometimes you can tell that they have a very sad look on their faces, and they're not quite sure where they're going to go. Maybe they're going to work there, and they absolutely dread the thought of going to work in that building where you're washing windows at. So therefore, you see them trudging along slowly. They don't even want to go inside. And sometimes I have to go over there and console these people, try to encourage them to have a more positive outlook on life. Because after all, as we all know, this is almost Christmas time. There are some very pleasant things that are coming right around the corner, assuming you have friends and family to go spend time with at Christmas. But if that is the case, then I, as a window washer, would like to remind everybody here that we all have a unique gift this time during Christmas. We ought to enjoy our time. We ought to spend it with our families. And that is exactly why being a window washer has been such a wonderful and unique occupation for me these past 45 years. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I will try to have a little bit of silence, which I didn't do last time, between speakers to give each of the people in the audience a chance to think about it. But we won't leave much time, so we have time for more. Our speaker number 2, Sharon Kenty. You are able to talk to animals. What have you learned? You are able to talk to animals. What have you learned? Sharon Kenty.
What a great gift to be able to talk to animals. Of course, we all talk to animals every day. Come here, boy. Who's a good boy? Hey here, kitty, kitty, kitty. You want some fishy crunchies, kitty? Sit, boy, sit. Whoa! We all talk to animals every day, especially if we talk to people. People are animals, after all, some more than others. What have I learned? Now, do the animals talk back to us? They do. But I don't know doggies. I don't know meowies. I have to look at body language. The wagging tail, the ears back. Maybe they're sad. I can tell. Oh, kitty, I'm going to console you. Oh, poor kitty. I talk to animals. I have a cat, by the way. You may see her occasionally in the screen. I talk to animals every day. Human animals, animals, dead animals. Ooh, what a great steak you are. You dead animal, you. That's morbid. However, what I've learned, since I don't know their language, their spoken language, what I've learned from talking to animals is that they listen to soft, calm, beautiful words. They respond better to kind tone of voice, just like humans do. That is what I have learned. Speak gently. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Sharon. Now we have another speaker. Our third speaker is Richard Snyder. Tell us about your weekend at a nudist camp. Tell us about your weekend at a nudist camp, Richard Snyder.
Thank you, Mr. Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters. How many of you ever been to a nudist camp? I'll have to tell you about my journey. See, I have this friend, Tom Jameson. We started a debate club several years ago, and we had a debate one time about nude beaches, and he got so much into that debate. I asked him, Tom, what do you know about nude beaches and nude camps? And wow, he filled my ears. Well, I said, well, let's go. Let's go. Our wives don't have to know about it. So we went. What a time we had. Hey, we were all bearing the fruits of the loom. It was really a great time because there were no barriers. We had thrown off our clothes and were one with nature, one with everyone. We had a great time. Except our wives found out. Ouch. Well, I met with Tom later, and he consoled me, and I had to console him. That at least we had a great time and a lot of memories. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster and Tom.
Thank you, Richard. And we go on to speaker number 4, and that is Marilyn Nepke. Does absence really make the heart grow fonder? Does absence really make the heart grow fonder? Marilyn Nepke.
Good evening, everybody. Absence making the heart grow fonder. In a word, yes. In another word, possibly no, but I'm going to stick with the yes side. Because being absent means that you want to go forth and do more later of what you really love to do. And it always makes you happy and positive, and happy and positive makes you healthy. And so you want to do more. And so every once in a while, we need to be absent from the world so we can console ourselves and even maybe console the people we see around, and the dogs and the cats help console us.
Okay, get a report of whether they use the word.
The biggest one example of absence is I was without a camera for a long time. And I got a camera and I go out every morning with my camera and walk and stop a lot to take pictures of the animals. and try to get the birds and the butterflies, but it does make you happy. And so it makes you happy and healthy and consoling, and you have been consoled by the animals. So yes, I tell everybody, every once in a while, you need to be absent so you can enjoy life and be founder of life. Mr. Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you, Marilyn. Our speaker number 5, Kathy Salata. You have captured a leprechaun and have been granted 3 wishes. Tell us about them. You have captured a leprechaun and have been granted 3 wishes. Tell us about them, Kathy Salata.
Thank you, topic masters and guest. 3 wishes. Well, I know one of those wishes definitely cannot be for as many wishes as I would like, because leprechauns know that trick. So my 3 wishes would be as follows. I know many Toastmasters love to travel, and I am a fellow traveler, and I would love the opportunity for every single person in this room to be able to teleport. Can you imagine having lunch in Paris, dinner in China, dessert in France? Yum. That would be such a wonderful gift. The second thing that I would love for everyone in this room, again, to have is the opportunity to continue to learn. So whatever each of us wants to learn, whether it be therapy, where we learn to console others, or becoming a business entrepreneur, whatever we would like to do. And the third, being a beloved Toastmaster, I love communication. And wouldn't it be wonderful if all 7 billion of us spoke the same language, even if it was just for one day, just to be able to communicate? We have those nonverbal gestures, but just the ability to communicate in a language other than math would be something that I would really strive for. So thank you for that question, Topics Master. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, speaker number 5, Kathy. And we have one more speaker, and that's where am I going to here? Yes, that is Judy. Okay, Judy Van Arsdale. I really lose my temper when? I really lose my temper when? Judy Van Arsdale.
I lose my temper when people push me out of the way. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Some people just are bullies. They don't care if you've been waiting for 2 hours. They will just push you out because, why, they can do it. They get away with it. They're bigger than me. There was one time I was waiting for the bank clerk to open so I could withdraw some money to go buy food for my little rabbit. Why, this guy just walked up and he didn't care who else been waiting for hours. He just pushed everybody around and stepped up to the front of the line. He consoled himself because he was bigger and he could do anything he wanted to. There's not a person who can step in his way. Yes, that's when I blew my lid. I was furious. But then I held my anger back because just let him be. If he needed to do that to have a nice day, go ahead. I can wait a few minutes to keep my peace. back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, we were listening diligently to see about use of the word, and we had a couple of questions I'm not sure about, but I think I'll just leave that up to the audience, as they are the judges and they were listening and they should know that. So we initially thought maybe everybody did, but we made that may be an error. I do have to tell a fun story though, based on you be thinking about who you wish to vote for. And a timing report first before I add my little fun story. Marilyn?
No.
I mean, Connie's gonna do it. Yeah.
Okay, all 6 contestants were within time. Nathan 1:57, Sharon 2 minutes 8 seconds, Richard 1:40, Marilyn 2:13, Kathy 1:37, and Judy 1:51. So all were within the time limits.
Okay, all right, and then I'm throwing my little story out there. Some of you may or may not know Becky Palmer, a 40+ year Toastmaster. Once upon a time, she was the area governor, back when they called it area governor, of a club, and I think the name of the nudist colony over in San Bernardino was, I think it was Happy Valley Fun Farm, but it may have had something else as its name. And she, of course, had to do her area club visits. And we used to pick on her all the time and try to get information about how she visited. And we wondered where people wore their pin, for instance. We came up with a possible solution as in your navel. And we told her, I must give a whole new meaning to the word fig leaf in your presentation. But anyway, she did say they didn't meet it for her purposes. They didn't meet the nude for her. So, okay, are we ready to submit a ballot and have everyone vote?